I'm going to share with you the top 3 books that I think every entrepreneur, small business owner should not only have in their library, but what they should also be reading and referencing on a regular basis. So let's just dive right in. Now, these 3 books actually changed my business. They helped me build a company that I could grow, systematize, and sell. So, number 1, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Most small business owners have heard of this book because Michael Gerber has done a great job of marketing himself. But here's why I think The E-Myth is such a good book for a small business owner, especially someone in a service-based business, because a lot of small business owners start their business because they are a really good technician. They're really good at what they do. So like in Michael Gerber's book, the character is really good at baking pies. So she starts a pie business. But what ends up happening is that they don't actually know how to run or build a business. So in the E-Myth, Michael Gerber talks about the difference of working in your business versus working on it. And he shares how every recurring task should have a process and a written system that someone can follow. It really helps you give your new employees a system that they can follow so that they know they have clear expectations on what is expected of them and how they can be successful in their position at your company. But the best part of this book, just going from my own experience and my husband when we were building our service company, is that so many business owners get stuck in the day to day. Michael Gerber says you're just doing it and doing it. You know, if you've heard him speak live, he is such a great speaker when he talks about the entrepreneurial seizure, right? You had an idea that you were going to start this business and be this rich and successful business owner, and you fall into the trap of working in your business versus on it. And he says you're just doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it every day, the same grind of working in your business. And so that actually happened to us. You know, we were stuck as the technicians in our business for a few years, and it can be really frustrating because you don't see a way out. You can't go on vacation without being tied to your phone or your computer, putting out fires and answering questions because you have no systems and processes in your business. So this book, number 1, is The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. And I think that everybody should read it because it's going to really help you change the way you look at building your business and why you should do it. Number 2, this is such a good one, and you hear me talk about it all the time if you follow my channel, is The 5 Secrets of a Phenomenal Business by Howard Partridge. And Howard Partridge is the founder of Phenomenal Business Coaching. This is the program that changed our lives, and I say that because it changed our business, it changed our mindset, it changed how we looked at running a business. So this book I recommend the most because it's actually going to teach you how to build your business in the 5 areas that you need. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in, what product or service you offer or sell, you've got those 5 areas of our leadership, operations, marketing, sales, and administration. So every business owner has those 5 areas, and this book is going to help you think long-term about your business, set goals, but more than that, it's going to basically tell you exactly what to do. And that's why I love this book. Ours is dog-eared. You know, when we had our service company, I had this on my desk a lot of times, and my husband would be like, "Where's the 5 Secrets book?" Sorry, it's on my desk again. But I would reference it so much because it's broken out into those 5 areas of your business. And then he breaks down exactly what to do for that particular area in your business to make it successful. So it really helps you to think long term to build a vision for the business. So one of the things that really changed our business and our life from this book, I think about a lot, and the reason why it was on my desk so much is because of the marketing section. So, you know, if you don't have a copy of this book, comment below and I will send you a copy for free, or you can go to our website, which is skilllevelup.com, and you can also get a copy there. We'll send you the ebook for free. But this is basically like a blueprint for your marketing and sales system. And so that's why I would reference it so much, because we literally built our systems in especially those areas based on this book. So that's the 5 Secrets of a Phenomenal Business. And again, if you want a copy, just comment or go to that website, skilllevelup.com, and I will send that to you for free. Just my gift for being here on this channel. And number 3, this whole topic has gotten so much buzz in the last few years, but number 3 is Get a Grip by Gino Wickman. And the reason I am recommending this book is because this book is written in story form, so it's easy to read and it's fun to read, especially if you're an entrepreneur. But it's written in story form, and it gives you a really good introduction to EOS, which is the Entrepreneur Operating System, and also the Level 10 meeting. And here's why I think that this is so important for business owners. A lot of business owners who come to work with us and get coaching with Phenomenal Business Coaching are not having meetings in their business. And when they are having meetings, they're basically like gripe sessions and talking about all of the things that the employees did wrong, technicians did wrong, and complaining, and we need to do this better. And that's really not productive. If you've been in a meeting like that, you know how unproductive it is, and you just really want to get out of there. So this EOS system, and in this book, it'll give you the intro to it on why it's so important, because having meetings in the business are number one. Like, that's one of the highest recommendations that I make to my clients, is that they need to implement a weekly meeting. I like a daily meeting, but at least one good weekly meeting where you're covering your numbers and solving problems. And so that's what this book and this system of the EOS system will help you implement, the level 10 meeting. So basically, meetings should solve problems. They shouldn't be a complaint session for everybody. It also helps your team gain accountability for their tasks and their projects. Your management team, your leadership team will come to these meetings prepared with numbers. You're going to start running your business based on data and numbers versus emotions, which is a huge game changer for us in our business. We usually always did try to keep our meetings productive. However, they didn't always like solve a problem or help us to reach goals. And so when we started implementing this EOS process with the level 10 meeting, our meetings just completely transformed with our management team. Everyone was responsible for their own set of numbers that they had to input into the spreadsheet and make sure that it was in there and prepared before the meeting. People were responsible for their own rocks, which are basically like big goals and projects that you're working on in the business. And so what we found was that, again, we were running the business based on actual data versus how we felt. But we also saw that projects were actually getting implemented and problems were getting solved, because we didn't leave the meeting until we solved it and we focused on this one thing. And, if it couldn't be solved in this meeting, or it was just going to become like a complaint session, then we tabled it to another time till we could get more information, those kinds of things. So it's basically going to help you run the business better. Our meetings flowed so much smoother. And as a bonus, it was teaching our managers and leaders who were coming up in the company how to run the business as well. So it wasn't just us, the owners, running it on the data and not emotion, but that's how they were being trained as well. You've probably heard the saying that leaders are readers, right? And I totally agree with that, because one good book can save you years of mistakes. One good book can save you years of frustration and all the things that come along with growing a business. And you can learn so much and implement just one thing from a book that can change the whole trajectory of your business. And I would encourage you to think about these questions. Which of these books would help your business the most right now? Is it systems and operations on how to run the business? Maybe you're in the early stages and you're not quite there yet, but you're a little bit frustrated with how every day you're just working in the business. Or maybe you have some leaders who you need to get trained up so that they can run the business for you and your meetings just aren't that productive, then maybe it's this one for you. But think about which of these would help your business the most right now. And then the other question I would suggest that you take away from this video to kind of ponder is, where's your biggest weakness right now in the business? Is it with systems and processes? Is it your leadership? Or maybe it's organization. So think about those two things. So here's why I chose these 3 books, okay? The E-Myth will help you stop being the bottleneck in your business. The 5 Secrets book is going to help you build a business that will last even beyond you. And then Get a Grip is going to help you run a business efficiently with your team in place. So these 3 books really cover the foundations of scaling a business. They cover systems, leadership, and execution. And I definitely think you should have them in your bookshelf, in your library. And remember, if you don't have a copy of the 5 Secrets of a Phenomenal Business yet, go ahead and put it in the comments, or go to skilllevelup.com and I'll send you a free copy of the e-version. I hope you enjoyed this, and tell me in the comments what your favorite business book is. And thanks for watching.